Hello. Welcome back to Solo in Your 40s.
Living Unscripted.
Sorry, little rusty here. It's been a minute. You all know I'm Michelle Turner.
I'm Yondo.
And we are so happy to be back. The people have been asking, what are we doing?
Yeah, there have been a couple of people that reached out saying what happened to the podcast.
It's true.
And I think we can blame that on life.
Oh my God.
A little bit.
We got the update of centuries.
Yes. Yeah. So
both of us.
Yeah. So we are back. We're going to try to keep doing this at our normal pace like we did the last time.
Now, today's audio is going to be a little janky. We're aware. We just took about 3 hours to get this going.
Yes. So if anybody is watching that is
tech savvy,
yes,
we would love to have you on board pro bono.
Yes, for the time being.
Just for the time being.
Until Jack Daniels sponsors us.
Yes. Once we get that, then we got you.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of IOUs.
Yes.
No, but in all seriousness, we are trying to make it to where it's easier to edit so we can have less time editing, more time being able to do the podcast weekly.
Yes.
Because we do love doing it.
Yes.
It's just with the multiple jobs and life and editing, it takes a lot of time.
It does. I think we still have like 3 of them that we did that we haven't.
We're just going to go and delete those and move on.
Yes.
Because life isn't even close to the same.
Right. Yeah.
As when we did those.
Right. Oh, yeah. That's actually a good point.
Very different. So,
we are I know
and we like to keep it real.
We do like to keep it real, but I know when we started the podcast, we focused pretty heavily on dating and, what we're.
Dating apps.
And the apps and all that stuff. And when we started it, that was kind of a big part of the podcast and a big part of our lives, obviously. But we kind of want to broaden our horizons.
We do. Just because dating's trash.
And we found that out through the podcast and getting on all the dating sites and how trash it is. So
that, we can start with those updates and where we are currently dating.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to go?
I'm dating nowhere.
Okay. Dating nowhere. Yeah.
No, literally, I deleted the apps. They are completely atrocious. Waste of time. Lots of little boys on there that like to be pen pals and get your attention just to have the attention of having your attention.
Mm-hmm. And
then they don't show up for dates.
Yep. They
just fall off the face of the earth. You name it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got off the dating apps.
You did.
Last I was dating my guy I had met back in December, which we still dated all the way up until 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it
was right before we left for Mexico.
Okay, yeah.
I finally called it off. I wasn't getting what I felt I really wanted out of it any longer. And so I have grown. Instead of just getting the little crumbs they want to give me, I said, no.
Yeah.
I'm leaving. Well, not really leaving because we were never moving in together, but.
Well, true. But no, I think.
I deserve more. And the hardest thing is that he agreed, but he doesn't have the space to give me more.
And that's tough.
And just to even end it the way we did, it was so cordial. I would love to hear from him at any time. Well,
right.
Not all the time.
Right.
But just, occasionally we'd still love to see how he's doing. But it just even makes it harder to just walk away when they are so great with their response. But at the same time, it's no, but he agreed. He's not going to give you what you want.
Right.
So it's,
Yeah. Growth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because when we started the podcast, you were kind of.
I really just kind of got into it just to see how it was going to go.
And at that point, you were still a little bit closed off about it. And then, within 5 weeks.
Oh, at one point, I think I was dating 3.
Yeah. Which was if you look at Michelle episode 1 and Michelle episode 6, it's who the hell is this girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was, because we do talk about these podcasts as also therapy sessions.
They really are.
You know what I'm saying? So we get everything out and do all that good stuff. So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, So you're off the market, and
I mean, I'm open. I will always be open to
right.
an opportunity. I am just not actively seeking.
Yeah.
Because your girl's tired.
Yeah. Life.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So what about you?
Well, you know, I'm still on the I still had the apps. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I had not met anybody from the apps.
How frequently are you checking them?
I mean, not near as much as what we were doing. Honestly, like I was checking on a lot of the stuff for the podcast, like basically material for the podcast, like absolutely. this, and so you know,
material.
And it's the same old shit, you know. It's like I was talking to a girl, everything was going great, exchange numbers, and we're like going to the point where we're getting ready to meet, right? And then it's
always up to that point,
right? And then all of a sudden, you can tell there was a shift in the dynamic, and then it was, hey, I think you're a really awesome guy. I'm just not feeling the connection. It's like, is it because of all the time we spent together? Did you not have fun on our first date that we never went on? Right. And so I literally, you know, and she was, you know, it was the classic, I think you're a great guy and I wish you the best.
Yeah. And
my response was, hey, you know, I kind of felt this one coming. But anyways, thanks for being honest, and I wish you the best too.
Sure.
Right? And so there's no need to be like, you bitch.
No,
you know, like,
whatever.
What the point? I don't even know the girl. Right?
No, right. Exactly.
Right. And so, you know, like I'm still open, obviously. You know, there was a couple, you know, doozies.
Yep.
But, you know,
eyebrows.
You know, it's just one of those things where, like I don't ever want to close off, obviously. But
never.
Yeah, you know, and then I had life for me too. Like, you know, I started that new job. I might have started that new job after our last podcast. I mean, so there's probably been.
So new.
I think like our last podcast was like, hey, I think I might be getting a job offer or some shit like that. Like it was. Yeah, oh, it's okay. We just had Mexican food.
Sorry,
by
full
the way.
board.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No.
This is my anchor, Michelle here. Pep it up a little bit.
So we did actually just have some Mexican food, and it's been a long day.
Yeah, it has been.
Especially 3 hours of trying to get this episode even set up.
And then it's going to be echoey and all types of shit.
Sorry. Sorry.
But anyways, yeah, that was, and then like that took away a lot from like the dating stuff, because I was like so like exhausted with this new job, and like when you're not sure about it and you're not like.
So that's what we were saying before I yawned like I just did.
Right.
You had just gone on the interview and you were pretty sure they were going to be making the offer. That was the last time.
Yeah. So that's my like update wise.
Made the offer and he's loving it.
That's a very facetious way of saying it. Yeah, like it's always good to have a job where you feel completely lost every day.
Oh yeah, gotta love it.
And I really enjoy that whole. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels that way about.
And you get all your questions answered when you ask.
All of them, and it's like, hey, here's a client. What do I do? Well, you know.
No.
Do I know, or like no? You just got you got to get them live. Oh, I got to get them live. Oh, I thought you meant I had to get them live. I totally misunderstood.
I'll make it live.
Right. Like I was so confused what the fuck you were asking me to do. Yeah. So yeah, that's so honestly, like when you have like stress and shit like that from work, it takes away from like all that other stuff. But anyways,
the things we enjoy.
Right. Yeah, and that's that's my update. It hasn't really changed much. Obviously not dating anybody.
Still single in our 40s.
Still single in my 40s. Got the eye out there, but anyways.
Oh my gosh.
So we didn't really have like much of a script today. I mean, we don't really we really have a script, but
like just have an outline.
Right. We just kind of like, we're just going to kind of wing it, because this is like, again, this is basically like our introduction back to
pretty much.
Yeah, we got to figure out, obviously, getting on the social media platforms, which we're working on.
I think with the new, because the whole reason we're having issues is we're doing a whole new setup with equipment.
Yes.
So
yeah, we went from
it will get better, we promise.
Yes, we just need to figure it out.
We'll get those cute little microphones.
Yeah. A little, yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to start off by talking about the ALS thing real quick. So if you don't know, and you probably saw it on Facebook a lot, the month of May is ALS Awareness Month, and everybody in the world remembers the Ice Bucket Challenge.
Yes.
And that was in the month of May, and that was kind of like the first real viral
awareness to it.
Yeah, like when everybody was dumping water on their heads, right? And it raised a shitload of money.
Yeah.
This month was cycle, stationary, outside, whatever it was, but basically bike 90 miles in the month of May. And it was a fundraiser, so it's not just to raise money, it's to raise awareness. And I hit my 90 miles today in the month of May.
Actually, it's what, 91?
91 point something miles.
Yeah.
So
it's amazing.
If anybody out there did the challenge, that's absolutely fantastic. My boy Rich Berry was the one that did it with me, and we would send screenshots every day of our rides, and we were encouraging each other. And so huge shout out to Rich because he, and it was a competitive thing too, because every time he would send me his, I'm like, shit, watch this fucking miracle. And then I would always look at his stats and I could do 8 miles. And we were doing 8 mile rides, a day and stuff.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I just always want to shout out.
And during that month, we actually were gone in Cabo for a week. So that's pretty good to still hit the 91 miles.
Yeah, we missed. Yeah, we did take a friend trip to Cabo, and if you haven't been to Cabo,
my God,
highly suggest it.
We have all the recommendations.
It was if you're a fisherman, they have the best marlin fishing in the world, and we caught 2 of them, which was pretty.
8-footers. 2
8-foot marlin, which was pretty awesome. The resort was fantastic.
Oh, amazing.
The group was fantastic.
I could have stayed there forever.
I got to dance on stage with Michael Jackson look-alike. It was
a blast.
Yes, and if you can tell, I'm still peeling.
I don't think they can see that good.
Well, I don't know how the clarity is, but they're like, man, what's on his arms? It's like, yeah.
He hasn't bathed.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I work remote. But yeah, I just want to give that shout out for ALS.
I love it.
Yeah.
But you can always donate anytime. It doesn't have to be just in the month of May.
It does not. Yeah, it does not. But just wanted to give the month of May a shout out. Huge outpour on social media. It was fantastic.
I love it.
Love
it.
Okay, so one of the first things I want to bring up is, obviously we watch documentaries
love documentaries.
Like go down the rabbit hole documentary type
they're
people.
My favorite.
So if anybody out there has watched the new Ashley Madison documentary,
I have not yet.
And I'm sure there might be some people watching this that their email got leaked, but that's fine. It was years ago, but basically, and the reason it was so cool is some of the main or 2 of the main couples that they were interviewing were podcasters from Dallas.
Sorry,
that's okay. She gets tacos in her belly. And she starts yawning.
It's true.
But yeah, they were like these big social media people from Dallas.
Oh, okay.
And they were like a Christian-based podcast people, husband, wife, and stuff.
Nice,
and
yeah.
I think they went viral for singing "Frozen" in their car. Let it go, or something like that.
I'll never go viral for my singing.
Yeah, trust me.
Except if I was William Hung.
Is that his name, William Hung? Yeah, unless she's Bill Hung, some bitch ain't going viral. Because that dude went viral on a different spectrum.
For being so bad.
Right.
Yes.
But I thought it was.
She banged. She banged. I was trying to think of the song.
Yes, she banged. That's Jesse. Jesse, hey, it's good, buddy. But it was interesting because, you talk about on camera, the happiest couple in the world. Had a cute little girl, did a baby reveal on their YouTube channel. It was so behind the scenes, homeboy got bored and signed up on Ashley Madison. And actually met other women, right? And so it was just, it was, it was funny to me just because it was how stupid are these people? The dude used his own info and all that stuff, but whatever. I'm sure a lot of people did that, but
they didn't think it was going to get leaked.
Exactly. And it got hacked.
I remember.
And it was like one of the largest system hacks to date. And they did 2 of them.
Yeah.
And
I somewhat wonder if Ashley Madison did that on purpose, because no one knew what Ashley Madison was until that happened. Except for the men obviously using it.
Right.
And women.
Yeah. So it basically started off like very heavily male. Mm-hmm. And then they were like, well, if we have a website for males looking for discreet women, we have to start advertising to women too, because it's going to be like, like 7 million males and like 400 women.
Right.
Right. I mean, those are going to be some very tired women. But yeah, it was, that's one of the things that they said, that they thought the CEO leaked it on purpose. Like he's the one, because when that leak came out, he bounced.
Of course he did.
Yeah. But then of course, when the second breach came out, they came out with more, like that's when they came out with messages and pictures. The first one was emails. The second one was like very, very more, because they weren't paying the ransom.
Sure.
Well, the CEO, when he was going around the country on his Ashley Madison promotion tour, would always bring his wife.
Oh.
And, I'm faithful, and just because I do this and do that.
Sure.
Shit, they leaked this homeboy's info on that second one.
Oh.
That dude was banging everybody.
Oh my God. Well, of course he was.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. No happily married man is creating a website like that.
No.
You're obviously
designed for affairs. Right.
Yeah.
Designed for affairs. Right.
Yes.
So I thought that was like, and then that's when he like everybody came in the office the next day and haven't seen the guy since. So
he might be dead.
Right. He's in Dubai.
Carol Baskin.
Yeah. Are you out there?
Yeah. Maybe he's in Costa Rica.
I think I actually saw him in Cabo.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like funny shit like that like, so I remember it, and I think my email's been on the dark web for at least
years.
At least 30 years.
Yes.
I've
been hacked so many times.
Oh my God. Like,
I think it started originally with the banks.
Oh, dude, I'm like,
it's ridiculous.
The email, just like, I know Rich was telling me about his IT guy one time telling him like, dude, your email's all over the dark web.
Of course it is.
And I remember I started with this company a couple of years ago, and when I'm setting up my email, he was like, hey, Yondo, come here, I want to show you something. Here's your email account. And he brings up this, like the guy that should be doing our computer, brings this shit up, and it's like, look where your email's at. It's like pages after pages after pages, and I'm like, oh, look, it's on Ashley Madison. Huh. Oh. How did it get there?
Interesting.
I wasn't even married.
Right. I can have affairs anywhere.
I was just curious. It was like, but yeah, it's like that stuff is just nothing secure.
Man, no, it's really not.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
No, I have it on my list to watch. So the one I ended up watching this weekend was Dancing for the Devil or with the Devil. Dancing for the Devil.
Dancing? Is that a documentary?
Yep, cult.
Oh.
I love me a good cult.
Is it like a twin flame cult?
No, so this one is...
Shout out to twin flame.
Here's the craziest part is it is professional dancers, which I actually already followed some of the dancers. I had no clue. This guy, he ends up getting these dancers to come in. He's promoting as it's called 7M is the management company. Okay. And he manages these dancers and does all their promos. And when I tell you his people have millions of followers.
Yeah.
And they all have like a theme to them. You can kind of tell like each of the videos.
Okay.
But he basically takes every bit of money that they make, but they're tithing it to the church.
Oh yeah.
And then they've got to pay rent to stay in these houses that the man has. He charges
the dancers
them rent.
do?
Yep, he charges them rent. Basically, they end up with about 5% of their income. So they're making millions of dollars. Some of them would literally have $80 a week to spend.
Why would they keep doing that? I don't understand.
It's a cult. They're giving to the church.
So they were dancing for free.
Basically,
for the church. They're dancing for the church.
But they're on TikTok making millions.
For the church.
Yeah. Dancing for the Devil.
Netflix?
Wild. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah, it's only 3 episodes.
Okay.
And it's a quick one. But it's actually very sad because it's two sisters is kind of who it starts to be based around on the first episode. And they were actually big. They're called Wilkins, the Wilkerson sisters, something like that. But they grew their social media together. Well, the sister that gets drawn into the cult ends up dating this other dancer that's real big on TikTok. So that's kind of what drew them in.
Well, sure.
And he lured a bunch of dancers in with him.
So he was the cult leader.
I think not even close.
Damn.
Yeah, but I think he was just so in it. He believes everything that's being told because till today they're still in it. And so it's the sister and the families that their family members they've lost to the cult. But then some of it is actually other professional dancers that have gotten out since and have told like all the different things that they didn't even realize.
Sure. Well, you don't realize it when you're in a cult. You don't ever realize it.
No, it's so crazy.
Well,
so crazy. That's a good one though.
Yeah, that's because there hasn't been like a lot of new. Why do I keep fucking saying podcasts? Documentaries.
No.
Lately. But when that Ashley Madison one came on, it was interesting.
Did you ever watch the documentary? Oh my God, this is. Well, sorry about that. We are back.
Yep.
As you can see, things may look a little bit different.
Yep. We
had the microphones.
Yeah, we upgraded here. Our angel investor hooked us up with some legit microphones, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as we were saying previous to this, our sound was terrible. The microphones came in. It is definitely 2 weeks later. He's got a haircut, new shirt on, whatever.
Still rocking the ALS though.
The first half of the show was so good until the audio crapped out. So we couldn't just throw it away. So we figured how perfect would it be just to tie it all in together with the new setup.
Yep.
And go ahead and close out this first episode back.
Yes.
So things are looking a little bit different for DZ and I these days.
Slowly moving up on the looking legit style, right?
I'm so proud of us.
Yes,
so
I am too.
Here going forward, we just wanted to introduce our new setup on this episode. So tune in next week, and you get to see a whole episode with good quality sound.
Yep.
And we have a new segment we are adding called We Read It on Reddit.
Yes. So, basically about funny and entertaining
nightmare stories on dating.
Right. And some of them might be funny.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Everything's a little comical with a nightmare.
Right. Exactly.
If we're being honest.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Anyways, please like, subscribe, comment below with anything you would like to see on the show as usual. And thank you for always tuning in and supporting us because,
we love it.
Yeah, we really do love it.
Yeah.
So,
thank y'all.
Yeah, thank you.